So what's the score?
We're sending a man that works in an office to pick something up. You are part of a babysitting team watching his family while he does it.
Good morning. Everything is normal, except...
What do you want?
Is that something you'd say? Normal Monday?
I'm gonna shoot you right now.
Can I go home now?
Wait at the house after.
What do you mean after?
Right off of your feet.
What is going on?
What's going on, big guy?
Yeah, what are we doing?
We're following instructions. Are you helping me or are you not helping me?
No.
Hey guys.
What's up?
Hello,
Hi.
hello.
Thanks for joining us. So No Sudden Move is part Odd Couple story, part heist movie, part gangster flick. Don, what sets this film apart from others in that crime genre?
Well, I think in the best way, it's a tip of the hat to that genre and all the great films that come out of that era. But it's also, like Steven talks about it, great to have the modern techniques to be able to do things that you couldn't do, like Steven said, like get 6 feet closer to someone with a camera that was the size of a Buick. So to be able to have that kind of an idea about these kinds of set pieces that populate these kinds of movies, but to be in it with people like Benicio and people like David Harbour and Amy Simons and all of the other people that round out this cast, just made it a very enjoyable experience, and to see it all put together at the end, because we're all in our sort of disparate storylines, was really fun.
And one of the things I love about the film is that it's grounded in some actual history and reality. Benicio, could you tell me a little bit more about that?
Well, it does deal with issues that are aside from the crime genre and thriller of it all, that the movie is really built for. There are elements of things that are socially conscious, and that deal with stuff that we're dealing with today. And even though the movie takes place 70 some years or before, we're still dealing with some of those issues that were there then and they're here now. So the movie has these sprinkled through it, especially through Don's character. You get to learn and something about the times that also makes you think it's not that different from today. And I think that adds to this genre, as you were mentioning, the film noir genre. There are elements in this movie that really kind of like add to it, that is social elements that add to the genre.
And Goodfellas is maybe my favorite movie of all time. So seeing Ray Liotta back in any sort of gangster role is incredible. Can you, either one of you, tell me a little bit about going toe-to-toe with the Henry Hill?
Well, me, I don't know when you worked with him, Benicio, but I worked with him as, Frank Sinatra in Rat Pack. So I saw a whole other side of that character, the singing, dancing side of Ray Liotta. But it was great, and with Ray and all the other actors in this, people that I've worked with before and people that I've just met for the first time. Those scenes are cool. The restaurant scene, without giving anything away for anyone who hasn't seen it, but that restaurant scene was its own little world, and what it turned into afterwards outside. All that stuff was really fun to shoot.
Yeah, and for me, I've been a fan of Goodfellas. I've been a fan of Ray Liotta from Something Wild, and it was great to have a good scene right there with him. 2 scenes, that were a lot of fun, and it's just terrific. It's just one of those actors that you're looking forward to work with, and I got a chance to work with.
Great. Well, that's my time. The movie is really, really fun, so I can't wait for others to see it as well.
Thanks, David.
Thanks, guys. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, thanks for hanging out with me. I really loved this movie. It was a great ride. And David, your character Matt gives me like Jerry Lundegaard in Fargo vibes a little bit. Someone who's fallen into a world where he's in way over his head. And I wonder, did you happen to make that connection as well, or was it just me?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of examples of that. That's a great one, obviously a very big one. But there's a lot of examples of this guy who's sort of this everyman at the center of something that gets much bigger. But he really is this everyman, ordinary person, almost a blank slate that you can project onto. And then he gets wrapped up. The great thing about him is, to a certain degree, like Jerry, it's like he starts to unravel, and you start to realize that he's capable of things that he himself didn't even know he was capable of. And some of those things are quite thrilling and terrifying. But in a way, the events that happen, they both, are terrifying to him, but they're also liberating. Like, it allows him to see a different color of himself. And actually it makes the turn then at the end of the choices that he hasn't made with his life all the more tragic.
Frankie, what do you think Paula sees in this guy? Because Paula appears to be very strong-willed and have big dreams, and Matt really isn't any of those things.
I don't know. I think that she must think that there's potential there, and with her molding, he can become the man she knows that she sees in her head. And I think like he's probably used to things working out for him in such like a even mediocre kind of way. And she's going to try to push him to be a little bit better than that, but he doesn't do it.
Yeah. David, you've had some really epic projects the last couple of years between Stranger Things and Hellboy and Black Widow. What set the experience of filming No Sudden Move apart from those other projects?
I mean, first and foremost, it's the director. I've gotten a chance to work with great directors in all these projects. Certainly the Duffer Brothers, Stranger Things, and like Kate Shortland, Black Widow. But there's something about Steven Soderbergh where he's just such a legendary film nerd buff, auteur. Like, he just understands the medium in a way that I'm not so sure there's anyone alive that understands it as well as he does. He shoots the movie, he edits the movie, he directs the movie, he's basically lighting, he's doing everything. It's kind of a one-man band situation. And so that kind of singularity of like vision is it's funny because it's not non-collaborative, it's very collaborative. It's still like you really do know that you're being a part of his vision. And in that sense, it took me a second to check my ego and not like what I want to do, and really just be a part of his movie. And that was really valuable for me as a human being and me as an actor.
Frankie, what was the coolest part about being transported back to the 1950s for this movie?
Well, I mean, the costumes were incredible. Marcy Rogers, she handmade a bunch of the dresses. So she didn't always buy them. She built them herself. She did an incredible job and did a ton of research. She's one of the most talented costume designers I've come across. And then I think just like once you were on set, there was a lot of atmosphere. The lighting was really dark. It just had this feel that really did transport you to another era.
Well, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it and loved the movie.
Thanks, David.
Thanks.
Thanks. Bye.